Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Here.
Director Rundy.
Here.
Director Hayes. Director Roth.
Here.
Director Moore is excused. Director Gray is excused. President Bradley.
Here, we have a quorum. I call a meeting to order.
Consideration of follow-up inspection report dated March 4, 2016 for hearing number 8183 concerning conditional use permit number 115557 issued to Six Store Market care of Muhammad Al Mouton to occupy 8701 Riverview as a grocery store and carry-out restaurant, no liquor, finding the property has been brought into compliance with all of the conditions of the permit, and therefore pursuant to the board's decision on January 12, 2016, the revocation is denied. Conclusions of the findings of fact, conclusion of law pertaining to hearing number 8185 concerning the application of Smiling Dog LLC doing business as Cousin Paul's Tattoo Company to operate a tattoo establishment at 4530 Hampton pursuant to Chapter 8.97 of the Revised Code of the City of St. Louis and consideration of the applicant's motion to reconsider. From the President. Plans and specifications for letting number 8606, the reconstruction of taxiway Echo from taxiway Juliet to runway 30R at Lambert St. Louis International Airport. Addendum number 1 for letting number 8604, upgrade of the athletic field lighting in Carondelet Park. Supplemental agreement number 2 to PSA number 1166, partial condition assessment of the Water Division distribution system valves. Supplemental agreement number 1 to PSA number 1170, central field upgrades and streetscape improvements. From the Director of Public Utilities and Streets, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. AT&T will start at manhole in the street near 2142 East Fair, bore fiber cable 43 feet south to first pole and alley. AT&T Missouri, starting from new AT&T manhole at rear of 2936 Henrietta. AT&T will bore and place fiber to multiple aerial placements at 3020 Lafayette, 3017 Henrietta, 2936 Henrietta, 2935 Lafayette, 1723 Pennsylvania, and 1719 Michigan. AT&T will start at AT&T manhole in alley alongside of 40 North Euclid, bore cable 121 feet east into alley. AT&T Missouri, starting from existing manhole near 5353 Bancroft, bore and trench 162 feet to place new 3 feet by 5 feet by 3 feet head hole at 5354 Winona. At this location, place a new 4 feet by 4 feet concrete pad with fiber distribution box. AT&T Missouri, starting from head hole at 5354 Winona, bore 2 fibers 81 feet to riser pole at 5353 Bancroft. From this head hole at 5354 Winona, bore 382 feet to a new 2 feet by 3 feet by 2 feet head hole at 5351 Sutherland. From new hand hole at 5351 Sutherland, dig 6 feet for fiber to riser pole, etc. Union Electric Company, doing business as Amarin, Missouri, to construct new multiple conduit duct banks and manhole installation on Locust Street between Broadway and 9th Street. Union Electric Company, doing business as Amarin, Missouri, to set poles and anchor on the north side of Angel Rock and west of North Wharf. Geodrill, to install three temporary 2-inch soil borings, 1 feet plazometers, and approximately 24 feet BGs at 3182 Morgan Ford at the intersection of Morgan Ford and Connecticut. The borings will be abandoned with bentonite chips and sealed with concrete. American Fibercom to construct building entries into 206 North 9th Street, 906 Olive, 800 Olive, from a new manhole placed in 9th Street near the alley. Also connect the new manhole to existing AT&T manhole number 4218. From the Director of Public Utilities and Public Safety, joint recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions as follows. Metropolitan St. Louis Sewer District to consolidate land at 8975, 8979, 8983, 9001, 9003 Riverview, and City Block in Outlot 115. Consolidated Graphics Properties 2, Inc., for a boundary adjustment at 1100 and 1120 Oakview Place in City Block 4022. And MoDOT to re-subdivide land at 4330, 4330 right, rear, 40 through 48 rear, and 4354 West Papin, and 916 through 24 Tower Grove in City Block 4879. Recommends approval subject to certain conditions. From the Director of Streets, recommendation that the following permits be approved subject to certain conditions. Faber Inc., doing business as Rise and Shine Cafe to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe, utilizing 120 square feet at 4729 Dr. Martin Luther King Drive. And Merit Hospitality, doing business as Weston St. Louis, to encroach with Sidewalk Cafe, utilizing a total of 330 square feet with liquor at 811 Spruce. From the Director of Public Safety, recommendation that a gift of a 2016 Cargo Express trailer be added to the fleet for the purposes of maintenance, licensing, and insurance. The City Emergency Management Agency received a trailer purchase through the St. Louis Area Regional Response System for storage and deployment of mass care supplies for disaster operations. Recommends approval. And recommendation that 4 festival zones be approved, subject to certain conditions as follows. Master the Meet, April 2nd, 2016, for a street party for participants in the Master the Meet stair climb on Olive at 6th Street at the Met Square building. At the Met Square building. And SLU graduation senior reception, May 11, 2016, at Spring between Laclede and Alley south of Spring. Whitaker Urban Concert Series, June 9th, 16th, 23rd, 30th, July 14th, 21st, 2016, at St. Louis Place Park, and 21st, between St. Louis and Benton, and Rauschenbach between St. Louis and Benton. And Unity in the Community Youth Summit, July 16, 2016, at Fairgrounds Park and Natural Bridge from Vandervender and Prairie. That's it.
All right. I'd like to discuss hearing number 8185 for 4530 Hampton Avenue. The applicant for Smiling Dog LLC, DBA Cousin Paul's Tattoo Company. Prior to the meeting, the board council distributed a number of letters for your review. Basically, in summary, what has happened since the board originally made its decision is that the applicant and the Southampton Neighborhood Association, as well as the aldermen, have engaged in conversations to work together to allow this business to, proposed business to operate at 4530 Hampton Avenue. The letters that you have been generated by the Alderwoman Donna Behringer, the Southampton Neighborhood Association, the applicant, as well as a letter from the applicant's attorney. And so I'd just like to open the floor for any questions or comments from the board at this time on the proposed business.
Mr. President, when you're through taking comment, I'm prepared to make two motions, one relating to our prior decision and one relating to the proposed findings of fact and conclusions of law that have been circulated by council whenever you're ready.
That's correct, and that's what we need, and if there are no further questions, I'll take a motion.
Okay, I move that we rescind the board's decision of January 26, 2016, and approve the application and grant a BPS tattoo parlor license to Laura Bonfante for 4530 Hampton.
Okay, do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to reconsider and approve the application. Is there any further discussion? Okay, can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Gray is excused. And President Bradley.
Aye, approved.
Mr. President, and feel free to chime in, counsel. I move that the board approve the proposed findings of fact and conclusions of law that have been circulated by council prior to the meeting.
Okay, I have a motion. Can I have a second?
Second.
Okay, so moved and seconded to approve the finding of fact of law. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Gray is excused. And President Bradley.
Aye, approved. I'd like to turn your attention to our meeting minutes from March 15th, 2016. The minutes were distributed to each of the board members for your review. Are there any questions or comments on the minutes? Okay, seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Abstain.
Director Moore is excused. Director Gray is excused. And President Bradley.
Aye, approved. Today's agenda, are there any comments or questions on the agenda? Seeing none, I'll take a motion, please.
Second.
Okay, it's been moved and seconded for approval. Can you call the roll, please?
Director Scobie.
Aye.
Director Rundy.
Aye.
Director Hayes.
Aye.
Director Roth.
Aye.
Director Moore is excused. Director Gray is excused. And President Bradley.
Aye, the agenda is approved. Motion for adjournment, please.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Meeting adjourned.